we don't have a concert till August, which is very strange for me, but probably very good for my bank and for my mental stability.
1 week later.
Hey guys, it's Freya. Welcome to another video on my channel. Today we are going to be talking about J-Hope going to Lollapalooza. I originally was just going to make one video for both PTD LA shows. I made a Everything You Need to Know video that people gave really good responses and were really appreciative of. And I thought that I would make one for Lollapalooza as well, since Hobie's going to be headlining. But I decided to make two parts just because before we get into the everything you need to know, everything you need to bring kind of thing, I wanted to sit down and talk about everybody's expectations. I made a TikTok about this, and a lot of people, what I've seen on like Twitter, TikTok, is that this is going to be their first music festival. And I don't think a lot of people are understanding what to expect. And so this is what to expect when you see J-Hope at Lollapalooza if you are going. Before we get into all of that, yeah, I said that I wasn't gonna go to a show till like the end of August. After Monster X, which was my last show, and I made a vlog on that. My next one was supposed to be Head in the Clouds and then 17, which happening in like a span of 4 days. But it is not that anymore. Yeah, so he announced this, and within an hour, me, Mo, and Sydney had everything booked. Within like 3 minutes of the Lollapalooza tweet, I had tickets, and within an hour, we had everything booked and we were ready. Yeah, shout out to my friends, because I'm glad that they are doing this with me, and this is just a thing we do. And I'm so excited. I am so proud of him. He is making history with this. And I honestly, when I first saw it, I was like, is this real? Like, who's lying? Because it sounded too good to be true, but it is real. I'll also will say that I'm not going to see TXT, unfortunately, but I don't really want to do 2 festival days. I'm not as big of a festival person as I used to be when I was a little bit younger. In my teenage years, that is all I did besides like regular concerts. I went to a lot of festivals, and that's why I'm making this video, because I'm a veteran when it comes to it, and I'm very passionate about live music. So maybe it's good to hear from me, possibly. It's just that this is gonna be so different from a BTS concert, and I just want everybody to be prepared for that. I also do want to say that this is not to scare anyone. This is just to make everybody's expectations realistic. Because if you're going into this blind, if you've never been to a music festival and you're expecting this to be like a BTS concert, you are going to not have a good time, and I don't want that for anybody. So we're gonna go ahead and go straight into it. And yeah, Hobie at Lollapalooza, let's go. So like I said earlier, this is gonna be 2 parts. This video is what to expect, and the next video is what to bring, and everything you need to know for the festivals itself, like rules, tips, and then also what I suggest you bring. And for this video, which is where we set our expectations, I want everybody to set their expectations to the absolute worst. And that sounds bad, but I'm not talking about J-Hope's performance. I'm not talking about like the set or him or anything. I'm just talking about a music festival. A music festival is a very crowded place. It is very hard on your body. And I think everybody should be prepared for that. Lollapalooza is a very big music festival. If this is your first music festival, I actually wouldn't suggest this to be anybody's first music festival. I would suggest something smaller, something a little more tame, like ACL that happens in my city, or like, I don't know, Outside Lands or something like that, where it's like a little more like smaller in numbers, because Lollapalooza hosts 100,000 people per day. It is a 4-day music festival, and it's 100,000 people per day, which is a lot of people. And I am going to put up some reference pictures as well, because I really want you to grasp a visual of what that crowd looks like. It is a sea of people. It is people from edge to edge. And you just have to really be mentally prepared and physically prepared to be standing in that. A lot of people have been talking about, like, how early should we get there? Like, let's be in the front. If you are going to be in the front, it's even harder on your body. Number one, it is the smack dab middle of summer. It is in July going into August. Like, it is going to be so hot. You have to be prepared to, prepare your body for dehydration. If you don't handle heat or dehydration well, that is probably not a good idea for you to stand out there all day. And then everybody's gonna be like, drink water, everybody drink water. And if you do, you're gonna have to go to the bathroom. And you have to understand that the bathrooms are all porta potties. Every single one of them, unless you're getting like a VIP ticket, which we'll get into. Every single one is a porta potty. And half the time the hand sanitizer is out, the paper, like the toilet paper is out. RIP, I'm just gonna say this. If I stand on a stage all day, which I haven't done since 2017. Again, I'm not as big as music, into music festivals as I was. I'm 25. I turned 26 this year. I'm a little bit older now, I'm not the 17-year-old girl that stood at a stage from 11 a.m. until 11 p.m. not peeing, just vibing. I'm not that girl anymore. I will be for Hobie probably, but I'm just not that girl anymore. I go to BTS shows and have a seat, but I'll still do it, and obviously I still have the capacity to do it, and it's something that I feel like it's muscle memory for me. I also have trained my body to drink just enough water where I'm not dehydrated and pass out, and don't have to pee for at least 10 hours. And I don't get a UTI. My body is fully trained. I've been doing this since I was 12, 13. So yeah. But it doesn't happen overnight. So if this is your first music festival, you have to be mindful of that. You have to be mindful that you don't want to be dehydrated. And if you go to the bathroom, it's gross. And as the day progresses, the crowd gets bigger and bigger at the main stages, which Hobie is one of the main stages. So there's 8 full stages in Lollapalooza, but at the end of the night, when the last 2 are performing, it is only 2 stages left. And it's gonna be Hobie and it's gonna be Green Day. And I'm sure people are gonna be at Green Day, but I'm sure a lot of people are gonna be watching J-Hope. And that is gonna be 100,000 people at 2 stages, which is a lot of people. And as the day progresses, more and more people will show up at this stage. As more and more people show up, there's less and less room. And as there's less and less room, there's less and less possibility for you to leave. If you need to go to the bathroom and it's starting to get close to the time where he's about to perform, either hold it, pee your pants, or lose your friends. I'm just being honest here. You are not gonna find them again. The spot that you had is not gonna be there. If it's gonna take you at least 10 minutes to get out of the crowd, if you're in the front, it's gonna take you at least 10, 15 minutes to get out of the crowd, and there's no way you're going back in all the way. And you're not gonna find your friends, unless they leave with you and then you guys are in the back. I'm just this is how it works, and you just have to be prepared for that. So I think everybody needs to come up with a game plan for water, for food, and for peeing. As well as if you are planning to stand at the main stage the whole day, to have everything so you don't have to leave. The peeing issue, that I cannot help you with, because again, I've trained my body and now I am immortal when it comes to that. But I don't know. Some people wear a diaper. I know people do that. Personally, I will not do that, but I know people do. And then just have everything. Food, water, everything, which I'll get into like the food they sell and how to get water and all that stuff in the second part of this little series, the second video, I guess. But you're gonna want to have everything. If you're wanting to stand at the stage and be close, you're gonna want to have every single thing you need, because you don't want to leave again because it's gonna start getting impossible once it starts getting closer to the time. Also, as the day goes by, like if you leave the stage, whatever, or if you're just standing there, but as the day goes by, more and more people show up, the cell connection gets worse and worse. You're not gonna be able to call your friend. You're not gonna be able to like post on Instagram or whatever. It is what it is, but you, like, the phone connection basically gives out probably the act before J-Hope, which I think, I forgot who it is. I know it's Charlie XCX, somebody, and then J-Hope, but by that time, it's gonna be near impossible for you to use your data. You just have to be prepared for that as well. And then also, the closer you are to the front, the more pushed you're gonna be. The crowd is very massive and people are gonna keep trying to push. You can't get mad. I know this is not what a BTS concert usually is. If people were pushing you at a BTS concert, everybody would get mad at them. Everybody would be like, what the hell are you doing? Don't do that. Like, you're being mean. But that's not what's gonna happen at a festival. People are gonna start pushing and they're gonna be pushing, and you're, number one, gonna have to know how to stand your ground. And number two, you're gonna have to be expectant to have bruises all over you and you're gonna be sore the next day. That's just how it works. Nobody's going to feel sorry for you, you know, just because it's not a BTS concert. In a BTS concert, like, if somebody was to elbow you, like trying to shove you and stuff, and people would get mad. You would get mad, people would get mad. They would probably look stupid. But in a festival, that is not the case. Like, people are going to be all up against you. People are going to be pushing from left and right. There is no, like, there's etiquette. There's definitely general admission etiquette, which is, you know, no, don't elbow people, pick somebody off the ground if they fall, things like that, which is in the culture of concerts. I have been very lucky to see that people are usually really good at that. But if you can't stand your ground, that spot is not yours. I'm gonna tell you, I don't care if you're barricade. If you can't stand your ground, that spot is not yours. If somebody can take it from you, then it's not yours. I am I may be 5'3" and like 120 pounds, but you will not pry my fingers off that barricade. And I'm a little feisty inside. Like, you cannot move me. Like, you have to know how to like tense your body. You have to know how to move with the crowd and things like that, because it gets pretty intense, especially probably on the sets that is not J-Hope. It's gonna get a little more intense than what people are used to if you're only used to like seated concerts and things like that. So with that being said, if you have things like asthma, anxiety, claustrophobia, I would keep that in mind. If you're trying to be close, that is not going to be easy for you. Now, I'm not saying if you have those things, you can't do it. I've seen it happen. I've seen people take their inhaler puffs in the pit. I have anxiety and I can do it. Claustrophobia, I don't know about that, but like things like that where it's like you have a condition, just keep that in mind. If you can't do it, don't do it. The number one thing that you need to always be mindful of is your own safety. So if you are feeling too dehydrated, if you feel like you're gonna pass out, if you feel like this is too much for you, leave the crowd. That is the best advice I can give, is that if you can't do it, don't do it. You don't want to jeopardize your own health, and you're not going to be able to control the crowd around you. The only person you can control is yourself. And so I say that with standing your ground and also knowing when to give up. And so I've never personally been in a situation where I literally couldn't do it, but I've had friends that literally can't do it. And if you gotta leave, you gotta leave, you know? So just keep that in mind as well. And then you can always stand at the back of the crowd. Now, if you don't want to deal with all the shoving and the pushing and the thing, I'm going to put the picture back up on the screen because I do want to remind everybody that this is what the crowd looks like. And you could stand at the very back of that crowd, very, very far away from the stage. Now, this is a level. This is a park. Music festivals happen in a park. So it's level. It's not sloped. It's level. So everybody is the same height as you. And if you're short, everybody's tall. And keep that in mind. If you do decide to stand in the back, you will not see the stage. I'm just putting that out there. You will not see the stage. You will not see actual Hobie. He will not be visible to you. If you're all the way in the back of that crowd, you're going to see the 2 screens on each side of the stage, which they will have, and you'll see him on those 2 screens. But you will not see him personally. Not even like an ant, which that far back is how big he would be. But because it's so level, like, you know, it's one standing room, you're not going to see it. You're not going to see him. Which I don't think is a bad thing. I have stood in the back of a music festival before, and, you know, you're there, you see them in the screen, you're going crazy with your friends, you're like, and it's a great place, like, if you want to, like, jump around and dance and be crazy, like, that's a great place to do it. The back. If you are trying to be a little more comfortable with your festival experience, they do have VIP tickets. VIP tickets are like triple the price of like a regular ticket, but you do get better bathrooms. I think they were like real bathrooms, if I'm not mistaken. They're still probably gross, but like they're not just like a bunch of porta potties with no more hand sanitizer in them. But you get that, and then you get shuttled from like lounge to lounge to stage, like on a golf cart, which is cool. And then you do have lounges that have, depending on the music festival, some of them are like air conditioned, some of them are just like a cabana with like a lot of fans. So like either way, it like a place to cool down. And then they do have screens inside those, like they have screens inside where those lounges are, in order for you to be able to watch the main stages. And also, I believe at Lollapalooza, one of their lounges is like elevated, where you could even stay in the lounge and look at the stage from the lounge. It's like super far from the stage, but you can like see it. I'll put a picture here. And also, they do have an elevated viewing. If you have a VIP ticket, a lot of people mistake VIP for getting barricade. You will not be at the very front of the crowd if you are VIP. Some music festivals do it where you're on the side of the stage and you're looking at the side. And some people do it like Lollapalooza where it's elevated viewing. I think Lollapalooza also has side of the stage, but I don't know. I do know for a fact that they have elevated viewing, and it is far away from the stage and it's like higher than everybody else, so you can like see. And I'll try to find a picture where I'll put it here to kind of give everybody the idea. The elevated viewing is only for the 2 main stages, which J-Hope will be on one, so that's fine. But that's what you're looking at. It's like far away. So VIP does not get you to the front of the stage. You are not going to be front row. You are just going to be a lot more comfortable. If you don't like crowds, if you want, you know, air conditioning, if you don't like porta potties, if you don't want to walk around the festival and you want to get shuttled around, that's a ticket for you. It is like $500 a day instead of like $120. So just keep that in mind, but it's like a better package for people who don't want to be in the crowd. So that is like what you should expect. It is not a BTS show. I don't know how much I can reiterate that. It is not a BTS show. I am just fearful because a lot of people have said this is their first music festival. And again, this is a terrible music festival to have as your first music festival just because of the size. It's so big. Number 1, it's smack dab in the middle of a city. Number 2, it is a huge one. It's 100,000 people. And number 3 is just like a very, very like, it's like throwing somebody into the deep end on their first time swimming. Which, again, not to scare anybody, but I need everybody to be realistic with their expectations and understand that this is what you're getting yourself into. And also, not everybody there is going to be an army. People are not going to always be as nice as armies. Like every time I've gone to a BTS show, a BTS event, a BTS this, that, everybody's so nice. That's not going to be the case again. There's going to be pushing. People are not only there for him. There's so many other artists. There's so many other fans of other things. A lot of people don't like BTS fans, like, which, you know, we can get into that in a different video, but and I think like you just have to be prepared for other people as well. And then also festival culture, things like mosh pits exist. People are going to be shoving and pushing and like, you know, opening up the pit, you know, for probably not for J-Hope's set, but for other people. And then there's also gonna be a lot of alcohol and a lot of drugs. That's just part of festival culture. It's never bothered me, honestly. I've never had a problem with it. I know it exists around me, but it's not like anything that has bothered me. I just, especially for the younger people that are going, to be mindful of that. If you've never been in that kind of environment, people are going to be drunk, people are going to be intoxicated, people are going to be, you know, on stuff, and that's just the way that it is. It usually isn't really, it's very like, you know, it won't bother you if it doesn't bother you. Like, I don't really care. It's around me, but it's not affecting me, you know what I mean? From my experience at festivals, but you have to be aware that that is happening around you. Also, I think I'm gonna end this video on the note is to not psych yourself out. Again, I know I really wanted to be stern with this and make it clear on what to expect, but I keep saying I'm not trying to scare anyone. I don't want you to psych yourself out. People start like, I made a TikTok about this and I saw some other people do too, and people are like, it's gonna be Astroworld. It's not. I almost went to Astroworld as well, and I ended up selling my ticket last minute and I didn't go, but from everything that I've seen, again, I am a veteran when it comes to like going to festivals and going to concerts. It was poor planning on their part. Lollapalooza is a festival that has gone on for years and years and years and years. And I have actually experienced Lollapalooza. It is not like that at all. It is a very large number of people, but it's very safe and it's very, like, it's planned well. The festivals that are like, you know, the OG festivals, like the festivals that are well known and have gone on for years and years, they account for those things. They account for the crowd, they account for the medical staff that they need, they account for all that stuff. Like, I'm not saying that people don't faint and people don't, like, you know, have bad experiences, but that's all part of going to a festival. And also the festival itself, as long as the festival knows how to plan it and has the right accommodations, has the right medical staff, has the right things, everything will be fine. Lollapalooza, from my experience, has been that kind of festival where everything is planned well and planned correctly. It is not a Fire Festival type or Astroworld type. Astroworld, I think, just grew too fast because there was one in 2019, COVID happened, and then they had another one where they like doubled in size, and they didn't account for all the things that they should have. And that's why the tragedy did happen. I don't think, even though this festival is like 3 times the size, I don't think that's what's gonna happen, because this festival is planned way better from experience. I'm speaking from experience because I experienced all of that. Like, I almost went to Astroworld. I did go in 2019, and I also know Lollapalooza, and I've been to a lot of other festivals like ACL and Bonnaroo and Outside Lands and things like that, where it's planned well. And so even if there are mosh pits, even if there are like people fainting, because it's just inevitable, they know how to take care of that. And artists usually don't continue the show. You know, in fact, artists are the ones that are usually pointing out like somebody needs help. And so don't psych yourself out in that regard, because I've been seeing a lot of comments about that. And I'll leave this video with this main point, is that preparation is key. The way that you're gonna have the best time, oh, I just pulled my hair. The way you're gonna have the best time is if you are prepared. Number one, mentally prepared for what you're about to endure. Number two, physically, you are ready for like hell. And three is like all the items and you know what to expect and everything like that. Which, again, I will be making a part 2 to this video, and I will be uploading, I'll probably do it next week, question mark. If it's not next week, it'll be like mid-week after. I just want to make sure that I have all the information and it's very comprehensive, because I want everybody to know what to bring, all the rules, and my tips for the festival. I have gotten very, very good responses when it comes to the what to bring, and also everything you need to know in my last 2 PTD concert series. And I definitely want to do that for this, especially this, because I think it's very different from a BTS show and people need to know what to expect. So I definitely want to do that. It is just a little bit of, it's those videos that I make compared to like my vlogs and my reactions is a lot more preparation and it's a lot more work, and I want to make sure I get the right information and all the information possible. So it's just going to take a little bit of time, and please subscribe and it will come out soon. If you have any questions, put it down below. Either I'll address it in my next video with the whole everything you need to know, or I will respond to your comment. And if I don't get to your comment, help each other out. If anybody has any tips or anything, or if anybody thinks there's something that I need to specifically talk about in my next video, I'll look through the comments and make sure that I touch upon everything, you know, as much as possible. Yeah, but that's it. I hope everybody is gonna have a good time. Let me know if you're going to Lollapalooza. I will be there. Again, I'm not going on Saturday. I'm only going on Sunday. So I will be there with Mo and Sydney, and then maybe a few other friends. And I will definitely be vlogging. So I will see you guys then. Thank you so much. Please subscribe, and bye.